Hi, Wazza. How you going?
Hey, Patto, good. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Really good. So, there's still a few weeks till the next Backyard Ultra, but there's a few Backyard Ultra results and other bits and pieces to talk about. So, we just couldn't resist, could we, Wazza?
That's right. We've had a few big weeks, and yeah, always good to catch up for a chat.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, as far as announcements go, I think this week the prize money up for grabs at Melbourne next year was probably the biggest headline of the week, don't you think?
Yes, I think so. That's got potential to be a massive payout at Melbourne. I'm very keen to see how much it makes a difference to the sign-ups and to the event itself.
Yeah, for sure. So just to rehash what that announcement was, there's $10,000 up for grabs if the Australian women's record is broken, and then an extra $5,000 if they also break the women's world record as well. So it's going to be awesome, man. I reckon this should attract um, a lot of really, really strong runners, and it would be awesome if they actually did break the world record. That would be something else.
Yeah, the world record would be huge to see that get defeated. Yeah,
Hmm. So at the moment, the Australian women's record is 61, held by Holly Ranson, and the women's world record is Meg Eckert with 87. So it could change before then, but it's gonna be fun race.
yes, I'm very keen to see how it goes and how the next year plays out as we build up to that event before we even get there. If
Yeah,
someone can set a massive record between now and then, that's going to make that event even harder.
yeah,
But I'd love to see something happen, yeah,
yeah,
at the event itself.
yeah. So it's being run on the 2nd of May. Any chance you could make the trip down, Walter?
Don't know yet. There's a few other events happening around that time. Sydney at the end of April is looking pretty big, so I'm keen to potentially have another crack at that one, just sort of see how 2026 plays out, the start of the year for me.
Yeah, yeah. Sydney's closer to where you live, right?
It's also a silver ticket,
Yeah, well, that's true too.
you
Yeah.
know. I might have a chance.
So I do have a discount code for Melbourne, 25% off. It's valid till midnight, the 26th of August. And the discount code is BUP25. That stands for Backyard Ultra Podcast 25. So enter that in at the checkout and you get 25% off. That's a pretty good deal,
That's
25% off.
that's a massive discount. It's awesome that Ultra Series have put that up for you.
Yeah. So Tamborine Mountain 15 yarder. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so this is a relatively new event. They ran last year. It's what we're counting as an unofficial event. It being last year it was capped at 12 yards, and this year 15 yards. It's just I guess a local, mostly local event with most of the runners haven't yet done backyards in the rest of the arena. However, this year the 15 yards, there were two runners who got to the end of the 15, and they were Willan Hessel and Paul Abry, both of whom have run backyards elsewhere before. They both ran Dead Cow this year.
Yeah.
And so they both each got to 15. And next closest was 13 yards, David Svelbar, who is actually the organizer of this event. It runs out of his front yard. And yeah, they run around the Tamborine Mountain
Yeah, that sounds
course.
good. Yeah, I know Will Ant. I've met him a couple of times the last couple of years at Dead Cow Gully. He's only like in his early 20s, and I think he did 40 yards at Dead Cow Gully a couple of months ago. Like he's the real deal, that guy.
That's right. He's got potential to go a very long way. Yeah,
Yeah.
he set his PB of 40 at Dead Count just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, awesome. And Bargara by night is
Yes,
is happening in a couple of weeks.
that's right. So that's our next upcoming event on the calendar at this point. So that's Bargara by night. That's kicking off at I think it's 6 p.m. That's a all-nighter event. It's a 12-hour capped event running under the full moon along the boardwalk at Bargara Beach. Looks amazing, and I think it'll be a cool course and a cool event. They're currently open for registration. There's a link up on backyardultra.com.au for registering in that event. and it looks pretty exciting. They've actually been generous enough to send me. Oh, excuse me. They've been generous enough to send me both a a cap
Oh, nice.
and a one of the medals that they have for the event, which I'll hopefully we'll get a nice
Oh,
shot of
yeah.
that.
That's a nice. That's a
If it
nice medal.
focuses.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, quite sizable, quite a nice medal, and those are going out to all runners who have registered. Caps on register on turn up at the event, and then the medals they'll actually be engraving on site on the day, I believe, with the year and yard number as well for the back of the medal.
Awesome. I wouldn't mind having one of them hanging around my neck.
They're pretty impressive, which is pretty good for what is a relatively small event in its first year. But it's run by the Bargara Triathlon Club, and they've got a bunch of other good events. One happened recently, and they had some beautiful medals as well. So
Yeah,
these guys
cool.
really know what they're doing in terms of event planning, and hopefully this event can actually grow from here.
Yeah.
Um, on that, I've spoken to the organisers a couple of times around it, and if this year is a success, which I think it will be, they're already planning bigger and better next year. There's potential for a longer
No, cool.
event for next year. Whether it'll be open ended is probably not the case yet. But they've got a trail course mapped out for the day loops
Yep.
and the existing beautiful boardwalk course for the night loops. So they're looking at potentially an 18-hour or longer maybe event as well,
Yeah, cool.
with varying prices, so you can go in whichever event suits you. But yeah, it looks like it's got potential to be a pretty cool event on the calendar.
Yeah, and I think it's also worth mentioning that it is a 12-yard capped event,
Yep.
but there will be an overall winner, and the winner is the runner with the shortest accumulated time for all yards.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, it's
That,
it's either that or it's the quickest final lap. It is
ooh.
usually the other way that some of these events do it. And I think that's how they're doing this one.
Oh, okay.
I can find that out, but
I
yeah, I'm
just,
pretty sure it's that way around.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of runners registered for that event too, which have got some decent PBs.
Oh, yeah.
I did have them open. I think we've got someone who's coming. He's got about a 37-yard PB set at in recently. Give me 1 second. My
Bargara. While you're doing that, where is Bargara?
So Bargara it's what is it? It's about 15-20 minute drive out of Bundaberg on the coast
Oh,
of Queensland.
yeah.
Bundaberg being about 3.5, 4 hours, I think, north of Brisbane.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically bang out on the coast, beautiful section of coast, and they're running on the boardwalk along the beach, which looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got 3 runners who have run, according to my stats, a backyard before. Simon Christie, who's got a PB of 11, Michael Eade, who's got a PB of 27, and Daniel Simons, who's got a PB of 38, are
Wow.
all looking at taking part in this event. I've seen a bit of chatter on the Facebook group as well around the event. There's some other names who have been discussing the event, and hopefully we'll get to see some of those as well. I think I saw Holly Shields is got her name in the chatter. Whether or not we'll see her actually sign up, we'll see.
Yeah, cool. And Coffs, I hear they've capped their registrations for next year at 800 runners.
That's right, 800 runners. They've got a slightly modified course again this year. They tend to change their course most years just to try and accommodate the larger groups of runners. Sounds like a lot of runners for the space, but the Coffs Running Festival tends to have far more in the showground and around the area at that time. So 800 in theory is totally fine. It'll just depend on how many actually show up on the day. But yeah, 800 capacity is pretty massive. They've already got 624 registered as of this morning, which in itself is already 150 more than the current attendance record set at Sydney earlier this year. So even if they only have 75% of runners turn up, we're already looking at potentially an attendance record set at Coffs next year.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been beaten before that.
Yeah, cool. So we've got a few results to talk about.
Yep.
Birdys, Clint Eastwood, and Wild Dog. How about we do Birdys first? I know you love analysing the results. So did anything stand out to you about the results at Birdys?
Oh, Birdys went kind of how most of us would have expected. Had good numbers all round. What I think was the biggest surprise from Birdys was just who was there at the end of the race.
Yeah,
Colin Malden and Simon Bennett both just absolutely smashing their previous PBs. Colin by 34 yards and Simon by 23.
yeah,
Um, yeah, both of those are massive, massive improvements. This was Colin's second backyard. I think you had a big chat to Colin the other day, and
yeah,
so there's a podcast up with that conversation as well. But yeah, I think just in general, the event went lengthwise, kind of where we predicted.
yeah.
Just who was there at the end was the big surprise for me.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't think of any performances like that where someone going from 25 yards to finishing as the last one standing at 59. But you're the stats man. Have you got anything for me?
Not that I can think of that would have been that big a sort of a leap in essentially a second backyard. I think the only other one that would be sort of along those sorts of lines for a decent improvement on a PB to take out a win. You'd even look at someone like Phil Gore, who went from 38 to, I think it was 49 between his first and second events.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he assisted his first and then won the second one,
Yeah.
but he potentially had the capability of increasing his PB at that event by even further.
Yeah. Yeah, so you did mention the assist. Simon Bennett, he ran a big PB too. It looks like he loves backyards. I reckon he'll come out and improve on that one,
Yeah,
whichever race he chooses to do next.
that's right. He's done quite a few, but he's Perth based. He's basically done every Hurdy since 2021. This was his first Birdies as well, and he's pretty much PB'd every event he's done. So
Yeah.
he's still got growth potential. How far? Excited to see.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood. This was an awesome race. How great was it to see three of the final four runners were women, Nachi, Sariel, and Tammy Wickham?
Yeah, that's very like amazing, like very impressive. That we had that result. And yeah, to see Nachi take out her first win at 43 yards was pretty massive. Yeah, that's her first win. Sariel Kramer, who came in second place with 42 yards, that's beat her PB by one, which she set back in April this year at Sydney.
Yeah.
She was actually meant to be at Reds at the start of August, so this was the plan B. Sort of change of plans. I'll head north and
Yeah.
run a PB there instead. So
Yeah.
pretty impressive that she could turn that around and go, yep, all right, let's see what we can do. And
Yeah.
yeah, obviously Tammy Wickham in fourth place, right behind Johan Botha, to have three women in top four.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good to see Johan make his return to backyards too, since Sat Champs with 38 yards.
That's right. Yeah, it's been a little while, and it's good to see him have another crack and yeah,
Yeah, cool.
keep up with the women in this event.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Nachi, Sariel, and Tammy all come down to Melbourne
Uh,
um, to try and take out the $15,000.
That's right. It could be massive if we can get all three of them there. There's a few other big names that hopefully are on the list as well.
Yeah. And Wild Dog. I'm excited to talk about this because I ran at Wild Dog. It was a
Yeah.
tough one. It's got hills. It was really cold and the nights were long. It was really muddy in parts of the course too.
Yeah.
But anything stand out to you looking at the results?
Nothing terribly stand out that didn't sort of go as not as expected, but it seemed like fairly. I don't want to say run of the mill like it was boring, but it was like it looked like a great event. What I found fascinating was it was great to see Barry Keem and Sam Hornby take out the first male and first female in the event,
Yeah.
being two of the three interstate runners who had come to the event.
Yeah.
That's also Barry's second win at a backyard ultra after his first ever backyard, which was at Reds, and then obviously he and Jono Ash drew it. Drew is Drew the right word for a
Um,
double assist
oh,
at Reds last year?
I think we can call it a draw. Yeah. Um, yeah, the thing with what I was going to say, Sam Hornby crewed Barry at Dead Cow Gully, and
Yeah,
they ran as a team at Wild Dog. And that was anyone who did 24 plus there. It's an awesome result because it was
yeah,
really hard. And you did touch on Barry. It wasn't all that long ago. He did 62 yards at Dead Cow Gully.
yeah, yeah. It,
Yeah, he's the real deal, and he's signed up for GB. Um,
yes,
that then GV is shaping up to be absolutely ring a ding ding.
that's right. And we're only a month out from that, and yeah, I think he's one of a few runners who will be there who is right on form at the moment.
Yeah. Now the assistant wild dog, Jason Rantel, he's 52 years old, and this was his debut backyard ultra. He did 36 yards.
That's right.
He looked so strong, and he could have kept on going. It looked to me like he stopped at 36. He may have put a cap on the race. I don't know for sure, but it looks like he could have kept going. He
Yep.
signed up for GV as well. But
Oh, okay.
have you got any stats on debut backyard ultras? Like how many people actually run 36 or more at their first one?
There aren't many. We touched on one a couple of in our last episode when we were discussing Reds, and that's Nikolai who did 48 at Reds.
Yeah,
But I don't think there's many others that have done 36 or above. I don't have that number on hand, but yeah, it's very small handful. In fact, you could probably count it on one hand.
yeah, yeah. You could tell he's an absolute machine, and
Yeah,
he'll anyone who does over 36 or more at their first backyard ultra. I mean, he's a real runner to watch. And also Jack Mays, he was impressive, running 33 yards, and as you
yep,
said, yeah, Sam Hornby, that was a really good performance too.
that's right. And yeah, as you said, it must have been a bit of a tough one. There are only 7 runners who actually got to 24 or more yards, so it's
Yeah,
a,
yeah,
a pretty impressive result for any of those guys that got there.
yeah, yeah. What else is new on the website? Backyardultra.com.au. If anyone wants to see all these results, just go to the website, backyardultra.com.au, right?
That's right. Yep. We've got a section there of upcoming events, which we've had the whole time, but I've got all the registration links for upcoming events there as well. So if you're looking for an event, it's a one-stop shop for where can I go next?
Yeah,
Click register straight through from there as well. Currently working on mapping out a few of the courses. So we're putting up GPX maps and locations for courses and trying to add as much data as we can around that. Haven't got a great deal else to
no,
report at the moment, but yeah, looking at a few other features. One of
yeah,
the beauties of the site getting a bit more traction is that I've now got runners and race directors reaching out to me
oh, cool.
with ideas. And there's a few things that we're looking at implementing. I've just got to find the time to do so.
Yeah,
There's
cool.
a
So,
growing backlog of tasks.
yeah, yeah. I love it how, like, on some of the runners' results, you've got a link to their Strava activity for that race. So,
Yes.
um, like, can runners like maybe tag you in their backyard ultras and to make it easy for you to find their Strava activity?
Yeah, that would work fine. I'm one of the next things off the list of the to-do list is we're actually going to add runner logins,
Oh,
so
yeah,
you can claim a profile on the website and say this is me.
yeah,
I'll give you the ability to add your own Strava links and any other records, update your date of birth and your, in a few cases, gender, where I don't have that information. So going to add a lot of features where runners can sort of help me by getting the data more accurate in and around people, but
yeah,
also to add those links to Strava results and things like that. Most of the ones that I've added there are where I've done some deep dive research into trying to find more data on results. And while I'm there, I'm just like, oh yeah, cool. I'll grab that. So yeah.
Yeah. So and when when these races are going on that don't have live timing, you're right into it. You're looking at the photos of the results boards and freezing videos to sort of figure out what's going on, aren't you?
That's right. That's right. Dead Cow was a perfect example. Just trying to figure out any time there was a shot of the ear tags on the wall. We were freezing and it made it harder. At one point, they rearranged the ear tags to bring everything in because I kind of knew where everyone's name was and there was a gap. So I went, okay, they're out at this point, and then they got rearranged. So it got tricky. But yeah, the last couple of events, and particularly with those by Ultra Series, they've got really great tally boards at the events. If someone's posting a photo on Facebook of those, that always helps me. In fact, so much so, I've actually published the results of Birdys already. The official results haven't come out yet. I can't imagine they'll be all that different to what I've published, but yeah, I will update my results if and when those have any discrepancies.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. So the next time we'll meet again will be the week leading into Lap the Valley, which is being run on. Oh, I don't have it right. Oh, here we go. Which is being run on the 13th of September. So
That's right. Yep.
we'll meet again that week.
Yep. Yep. And I think that event's shaping up to be looking pretty exciting as well. I'll have a bit more info about it in the coming weeks. And one thing I have noticed that they've discussed at the moment, they're still locking in, is a day night alternate courses.
Yeah.
Again, just for a bit of variety for the event, I think, but could make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah, awesome. Let me just open up the Valley page. Oh, yep. So last year it went for, was it a captive? It was a capped race last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yep. So this is the
Yeah.
first time they're doing the full backyard rules.
That's right. Yeah. So last year it was capped at 12, and they had, I think it was about two and a half dozen runners get to 12 yards.
Yeah.
And then so they awarded a winner to Trent Blinko and Michelle Broadfoot, sorry,
Yeah.
both of whom ran that 12th yard the fastest of their gender.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, with capped events, that's generally how a winner is declared. Whoever can run the final lap the fastest.
Yeah.
That's how events like the mini events at Gumby work, Gumbaby and Gumby Moon. I can't imagine running 11 yards and then having to sprint to 12, but these guys do it, and it's very interesting because you see the record holders on the Strava segments,
Yeah.
and they've already run nearly 80 kilometers before they're running their record breaking runs.
Yeah, cool. I see my lookalike, my Dapple Donger, Hayden Rogers ran there last year too. I wonder if he'll be back there this year.
Yeah, it could be.
We'll see.
Keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to the next one in a few weeks, but yeah, till then, stay good, and I'll have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. No worries.
See you, Wazza.
Thanks, Patto.